He's the guy with the thinning hair, making things on YouTube from his chair, sitting at his workbench, grin so white, he might be there naked, close your eyes. Buckman's Model Mania with plastic.
Hey everybody, welcome. I figured I'd, because I was talking about it on Keith's stream, that I was building the Chiron, and some people aren't sure what it was. I don't count. There was another comment actually. So here at 1:55 my time, Will dropped in and left a like. I don't know why it's not showing on YouTube. So I guess we'll leave you as first, Donnie. And we've got Ken in the background.
Help me.
Don's here as well.
You won't let me go. He hasn't
No,
fed
I
me in
won't.
days.
I've got him trapped underneath the car. Let's see. Donnie said I don't count. Let's see. Stephen Haynes is here.
Don't count or can't count.
Yes. So that's about all the chat. And I'm going to let go of the chat and turn it over to my producer. But I have to say, this thing I love a lot. If you look, working steering. Hey, Gordon, welcome.
Hey, Gordon.
It's got working steering. The cylinders move on the V12, and I never realized a V12 was actually it's a V8 with a two V4s stacked underneath it. And
say what?
Yeah, the way this is built is you've got the way the engine's built. You've got a V8 right here,
right?
But it's reversed, or no, that's usually what a V8 looks like.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's not a V12; it's a V16. And then underneath, you've got basically a straight 4 on either side.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I always thought it will be the semi. Howard, hold on. I always thought V16 would be a straight engine. Never knew.
Yeah, I think that's what I would have thought too.
But this is I'm enjoying this thing a lot. It is well worth well, I got it for cheaper than you would have gotten the original one. Well worth what I paid for it. And the original from Lego is no longer available right now. It's a retired product. And I have I have parts to this car everywhere right now. And this is the one Howard's talking about. Howard says the Lamborghini is a straight. I'm stealing your comments again, man.
That's okay.
And unlike usual, where I have a PDF for the comments, or not for the comments, for the book, Mould King does not have PDF instructions for this one.
Oh, okay.
Well, and from what I understand, I think it was Howard that said it, Mould King is one of the better non-Lego brick builds.
Okay.
I've had this for a while, very excited to build it. A few stickers. And I think you've been asking for a while when I'm going to build it.
Well, yeah, I know there's been a few times you asked what to build next, and I usually pick this one.
Yep. And because you produce for me very regularly, that's why I said, let's do that.
And for everyone here, I do have trivia again for tonight.
Okay, bag
as
one.
per usual.
Right now I'm sorting up. Oh, nice.
Rubber
That's something. Well, not only are they rubber, but usually they're separated. The wheels just need a little push and then they're on. I like that.
Steven's asking, Buck, where did you get that truck from?
Amazon. I bought it during the Christmas sale. I want to say it's 120 right now. I got it for like 95.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
A little bit of a discount. And that's sweet.
Yep.
Don says Seth MacFarlane.
Yes. And I want to say it says it has 5 bags. Oh no, okay. Yeah, 5 bags. However, bag 1, you see, I've got 3 bags. Maybe they counted as 5 steps. Bag 2, bag 4, bag 5.
Another bag 2 over there.
Bag 5, another bag 2. And another bag 3. This has got to be, oh yeah, I thought it was stickers. It's not.
No, it looked like the stickers were inside the book there when you first opened it.
They were. That is fabric.
Oh, interesting. Nice touch.
Pretty sure that's going to be for the seats.
Yeah, that's a nice touch for sure.
It's not the first Mould King I've built, but, well, it's the second one, and I'm pretty impressed with it so far. Brie Expert is a special mark established by Mould King. But, and they have an app that you can get some of their instructions on. This one's not on there. I downloaded the app and I was like, I'm sad, and got rid of the app. For some reason, I didn't want to keep a Chinese app on my phone.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Of course, I loaded it onto my phone, so it's all over but the crying anyway. But Andrea has purchased some other kind of unique things. I have a typewriter from Peanuts coming. I have a Pinocchio. Andrea enjoys the non-Lego Legos just as much as I do. And I've mentioned this before. This is kind of cool. I've mentioned this on the Friday night stream when I was building a car. This is kind of cool because this is one of the, for Lego, this would be a single piece, a slant block.
Cool. Donnie says, what are you saying, Buck? You don't trust the Chinese?
I don't think so. But, and see, Howard has mentioned these as well. Let me put this in here if I can get it to go in there. But see, your regular Lego slant block,
yep,
is 2 pieces here. You can't.
That's kind of cool. Adds some nice detail.
Yep. Howard's mentioned that he's had some issues with it. Nice windshield here. Pretty sure that's for the engine. And I've been thinking about it. I'm curious what the chat has to say. Should I reach out to Agora and say, can I get the, what is it? The, what is it? The French car. I forget the name of it. It's one of the Bond cars.
I couldn't tell you.
Hang on. No, not that. It's the latest one they came out with. The Citroen. That's it. That's right. The lemon.
Keith's working on that one, isn't he?
Keith is? No, Keith. No, the one.
Don. Keith or Don or somebody is.
No, the one they've got is, and I think it's Keith actually. The one they've got is from I think it's from Agora, but it's not the. I guess it's not. It's not the one from the James Bond franchise. It's a Citroen 2CV. It's the one that
Okay.
looks like a Volkswagen.
And Don had got it too. He said, "Yeah, the Citroen."
Yeah. I might reach out to him and say, hey, because I haven't. Howard's the only person I know that is going to buy that kit.
Okay.
So maybe they need somebody to try and sell it for them.
Maybe.
Okay, so let's do this.
All right. And I'm ready to start with some trivia here.
Cool.
So let's start with 1980s movies. 1980s movies. Question 1 is, which 1980s movie spawned 6 sequels and a TV series? Which 80s movie spawned 6 sequels and a TV series? Only says the one Keith has is from IXO.
That's not a movie.
He means the Citroen.
Oh. Yeah, and it's actually, I believe the one that Keith has is a rally car. The Citroen that they're doing for the Bond car, I think they did it more as a joke than anything else in the movie, because it's one of those cars that it's a very cheap car. It's like a cheap German or cheap knockoff of a Volkswagen.
Donnie says Police Academy, question mark.
That makes sense. I was thinking Star Trek, but I was like, that wasn't in the 80s, and it's still going strong.
And it had the TV series first.
Very true. But Star Trek until the, I think it was 79 movie, wasn't dead, but it was on life support. They killed it after 3 seasons, and the fans went, what? Why?
And Don says ditto.
Blue Oyster Club. Are you watching it?
I just decided to put that on. So yes, the answer is Police Academy.
Very cool.
Although, in my opinion, the series went on a little too long for the number of movies. The last couple just weren't that good.
It probably did.
Yeah.
And
First few were good, but yeah.
one of the primary actors in the series came back to be on America's Got Talent because he hadn't been doing anything for years.
Winslow?
Yep. He had basically
Michael Winslow.
He had left Hollywood and came back.
Yep. Also had like Kim Cattrall in it.
Yeah. Speaking of movies that had a lot of people you wouldn't realize, I looked up because the
oh, give me a second.
Yep. Yeah, it was getting very popular in syndication in the 80s, Donnie. But I while I was out doing cutting paper up for the recycle bin, I had, what was it, Heavy Metal, the theme song for Heavy Metal, come on, the headset, and I was like, Oh yeah, and so I was like, I should watch that again. And then I looked at the cast and I'm like, holy crap, this thing has everybody in it. A lot of big names in it. Okay, Andrea's arguing with one of the dogs. Oh! Oh, that was close. Lose a little tiny black piece under the table. That would suck. She just sent me a text.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
It's okay. Hopefully it was nothing big.
No, it's just a change of appointment there. Before the stream here, I had the foot care nurse over and working on my feet, and then scheduled for another date down the road at 7:30 p.m. And then he just called back and said there's been a cancellation, and if I wanted to do earlier in the day that day, that I could at 4:30 in the afternoon. So I said, sure.
Very cool.
So, yeah. So sorry about that. I had the volume turned down too, so I'm not sure if you have been reading any of these comments. Donnie had said, actually, Star Trek was already getting really popular in syndication in the mid-70s.
I did read that, but okay. No harm, no foul.
Okay. So we're good. So I'm going to keep going on with some trivia here.
Uh-huh.
Question number 2. What is the name of the 1986 film starring Chuck Norris that was inspired by an aircraft hijacking that occurred the year before? What is the name of the 1986 film starring Chuck Norris that was inspired by an aircraft hijacking that occurred the year before?
They have confused me.
Oh, what do they got you working on first?
It is the front bumper.
Okay.
Let's put these here. So right here.
Yep.
But it says 4 of the smooth flats and 2 by 8 with the dots on it. It has you get out 2 of these and then doesn't use the next one until step 5.
Oh, so like a parts work.
Yeah, kind of. We're gonna ship you these parts,
but don't use them.
Don't use them.
We'll use them in like 2-3 months down the road.
Yes.
So don't lose them either.
Well, it's like the what is the bumper on the DeLorean? First pack. Isn't it cool? Yeah, you'll use that in 143 stages.
Donnie says Delta Force. Don says 2 for 2.
In other words, Don is being a parrot right now.
Apparently, yes.
But that sounds about right, too.
Yep. Well, I'm going to say no one's giving me the correct answer yet.
Oh.
Yeah. Because it was the Delta Force.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. Yes, it was the Delta Force, but obviously Delta Force counts.
Oh, man, I was going to give Donnie the wrong answer. I do have to say, like I said earlier, I do like Mould King a lot.
Yeah. It does look like it's interesting with the parts. You get some nice chrome to some of them.
Oh yeah. Really shiny silver.
Yeah. Donnie's like, well, excuse me.
That would mean that there would be an excuse for you.
There is no excuse for you.
The buzzer has spoken, Donnie. So
Yep.
sorry.
Don's the.
I'm looking at this and being confused by the instructions, which is good.
Yeah, you guys know with my trivia there, I'll, I may joke about it, but yeah, I always accept, answers where it's obvious you know what you're talking about. In this case, saying Delta Force, you know what movie it is.
What if I said that Chuck Norris movie that was about that thing that happened?
Ooh, I couldn't accept that answer.
Oh man.
Because you could be talking about Breaker, where he's a truck driver.
Could be.
Although I think that might be a 70s movie. Anyway.
How many ways? Oh no. It appears I put one of these together upside down.
Flip it.
Upside down. That doesn't work.
Flip it again the other way, side to side. Donnie said, ha, fooled you. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
That's okay. Neither do I most of the time. Andrea just poked her head in and waved.
Well, hello, Andrea.
She ran away.
Donnie says, that's not upside down. That's upside down.
Ah. We were talking about with some of the things that she has coming, because I have so many Lego things going on right now. I might start doing daytime streams.
Ooh.
Just for fun.
But that's going to cut in into my time watching All My Children.
Well, if you're unavailable.
And Days of Her Life.
What I
General
said to
Hospital.
her is,
I don't even know if any of these are even on anymore.
Well, what I said to her is, and you could, I said to her that she could produce, and she said, I might like that.
There you go. But then you have to tell her you have to make up trivia.
Yeah, there is that.
Yep.
Oh, wait, I'm going in the wrong order. It says first up here, then down here.
Yeah, come on, Buck. Get with the program.
I don't want to.
Question number 3. Which 80s movie was the first appearance of Hannibal Lecter? First appearance of Hannibal Lecter.
That movie gives me chills. It just gave me chills right now.
Yeah?
No, it's all about the fava beans. And a nice Chianti. I think I know the answer to that one, too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You think so?
I do.
Okay.
Let's put it this way. In the movie world, it's not the first of the... It doesn't come first in the order of things that happen.
Yeah. Dawn says Silence of the Lambs. Donnie says Manhunter.
And a nice Chianti. That's right. It says to do that twice. Oh, no. I grabbed the wrong piece. Should be short. Anthony Hopkins did that so well.
Yeah? Did he?
Mm-hmm. You've seen the movie, haven't you?
Which movie?
That one.
What's your answer?
The Silence of the Lambs.
Okay. Well,
What?
Gordon says Silence of the Lambs. The answer is not Silence of the Lambs. It is Manhunter.
Really?
Silence of the Lambs came out in 1991. This is 80s movies. Manhunter came out in 1986, and Hannibal Lecter was played by Brian Cox.
I have never seen Manhunter.
Yeah. It's based on Red Dragon, which again was then redone.
Redone as Red Dragon, I believe.
Yes, it was. But yeah, no, the original movie was Manhunter. So that tells me that Donnie has been Googling.
Donnie got Fugal Goo.
But I figured that was going to be my one question for tonight, where I figured that's where I'm going to try and catch people on this one.
Oh, you busted
Because
Donnie.
someone asked me that question before I saw something on like a YouTube thing or whatever, like 3-4 days ago. I would have guessed Silence of the Lamb. Don said, okay, but Silence was better. Oh, for sure it was.
Oh,
Definitely was. But the first appearance of Hannibal Lecter was Manhunter, and it was actually spelled Lecter was different. But same character.
The way he's standing there when she comes around the corner and can see him finally, as if he's been there all day just waiting for her to show up.
Yeah. Donnie says, are you saying I don't know things?
You don't know things,
and
Donnie.
I don't know things either. But there are some things I do know.
And the I don't know if you knew this, but the eating his friend having his friend for dinner with a nice Chianti and fava beans.
Yep.
The Chianti and fava beans, and then the slurp. Or no, the Chianti and fava beans was the original line, but the slurp was not in the script. He did that on his own, and everybody's like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah. Thing or whatever. All right. Moving on. Question number 4. In 80s movies. This one should be easy, so I'll give a little bit more time for people to pipe in on this one. Filmed in 3 acts, this Vietnam War epic by Stanley Kubrick follows the exploits of one private joker, soldier, and jester. What is the name of this film featuring the most intense boot camp scenes in cinema history?
Yeah.
Filmed in 3 acts, this Vietnam War epic by Stanley Kubrick follows the exploits of one private joker, soldier, and jester. What is the name of this film featuring the most intense boot camp scenes in cinema history?
It's an awesome movie.
Don said filmed around Pittsburgh.
That's not a movie.
I think he's talking about the previous one. Howard says bedroom golf killer, otherwise known as Full Metal Jacket. Don says Full Metal Jacket. Gordon says Full Metal Jacket. Donnie says Full Metal Jacket. How about you?
I would have to say it's Half Copper Jacket.
Ooh, okay.
Or Full Metal Jacket.
Oh, okay.
One of the most intense movies ever.
5'8". I didn't know they stack shit that high.
And
are you trying to squeeze an inch on me? And he did that all
well,
that's all from his personal experience.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say, is that he was a consultant on the movie, and he's like, "You guys are doing it all wrong."
Yeah, originally it was going to be that guy who's the door gunner in the helicopter.
Yeah, but then they have him do that part of the movie, and I believe that was unscripted. I believe he did that all off the cuff.
Yeah. Let's see here. Full Metal Jacket. Boy, you can squeeze a golf ball through a freaking garden hose. Yeah, and Gordon, who's the leader of the gang? Yeah, where they're singing the Mickey Mouse Club song at the end of the movie as they're carrying on after finishing off that female sniper.
Texas, only 2 things come from Texas, and I don't see horns. And I'm pretty sure you can attest to, I mean, Air Force was not that intense, but yeah, they do that exact shit for day one.
A little different in Canada. I mean, yeah, there was yelling and stuff like that, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then, back in those days too, you didn't want to start quoting the movies, because everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, fuck, he's quoting Full Metal Jacket," or,
Yep. Well, not for my generation.
Yes. Yeah, my
Full Metal
basic
Jacket
was in 91.
Mine was in 87.
Yeah. So, Alex says, "Hey, Buck and Ken. Hey, Alec.
Hey, Alec."
Don says, "There goes the neighborhood."
Not the neighborhood, just the dishes.
All right. So, yes, it was Full Metal Jacket. Now for question 5, the final question in 80s movies.
It's the final question.
Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da.
I need Todd to generate that and drop it onto my channel.
All right. Question 5 is, in what movie will you find the following? A rocket ship in a house, blue grandparents, and a talking pile of dung. In what movie will you find the following? A rocket inside a house, blue grandparents, and a talking pile of dung.
It was the dung pile that gave it to me. Poor Chet.
Donnie says, "Weird science."
It's alive. It's alive.
Gordon says, "Flash Gordon."
Flash. Ah. I have a feeling. I got a feeling. Oh, that the steering, all that isn't going to work on this. Just a feeling.
Just a feeling.
Yes.
Yeah, but as long as it looks good.
Oh yeah, because it's neat and all that. Doing all that stuff. I haven't played with any of my models since I built them.
Let's see here. So Don says, "Damn you, other Don." Donnie says, "Oingo Boingo." Love that movie. Yes, Kelly in that movie was hot.
Yes, she was.
Don says, "In her prime." Yes, very much so. So what would you boys like to do first? And there she is in the shower, and they're both standing outside the shower. No, they were both in the shower, weren't they? But they were in bathing suits.
They were in the shower. They were dressed, and they were like, and being a kid at that time, as you would. Oh, nice. They even tell you which ones are the shiny ones.
Don says, "The clock is ticking."
What is this, 60 minutes?
So yes, the answer is weird science. So that concludes the 1980s movies category.
Now see these pieces here, it says, has a little comment above it with arrows pointing to them saying plating, which tells me it's chrome. Chrome like my dome. One left, too far. There it is. Did you see Alex comment?
So Ken, I'm going to fall on my parrot mode and say squawk weird science, squawk weird science.
After you gave the answer.
Yes.
That doesn't work very well, Alec. I might have to, and it was funny, I mentioned getting the light kit for the Chiron, and Andrea's like, why? You're never going to turn it on. I'm like, you're right, but it'll look cool if I do. I very highly doubt that there is a light kit for this one, but I'm really thinking it would be cool to make a light kit for it, to put lights in this. I don't know why, but I think a missile just stuck through the ceiling.
Oh my God! Oh, shit! We gotta get this thing out of your house! Yeah! It was your idea. This is all your fault.
Everything is better with that light.
Yeah, everything is better with lights, Tony says.
Oh, wait. Put that one in the wrong spot.
She's alive! Alive!
Weird science.
So, what would you little maniacs like to do first?
Maniac stuff. That is cool the way they do these lights. These lights are literally begging for me to put an SMD behind, or yeah, an SMD back behind them.
Yeah. Do they have a generic kind of light my kits stuff you can get, or?
Light My Bricks probably does, but Light My Bricks is also really, really expensive.
Okay.
I saw, well, I was looking at a light kit for the Chiron. From Light My Bricks, it was $109. From another company to do basically the same thing, it was $30.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Bit of a difference.
Yep. And it's one of these things of, you know, if I light something, it's going to stay together. It's never going to pull apart. So I'm going to drill.
Yeah. Why not, right?
Yeah. So unlike a lot of people, I don't look at these as an investment. I look at these as something I want to have.
Yeah. You're not looking to put it together, then take it all apart and sell it.
Yep.
All right, the next category.
Well, before you go on to that,
Yeah.
Howard said apparently Robert Downey Jr. was a real ass on that movie. That was before Robert Downey Jr. went to jail.
Yes, and then came clean from drugs as well.
Yep.
Then he turned his life around, got the big role as Tony Stark.
Yep. Got a really big donut.
Alex says, wait, Ken, is Weird Science the one where the kids hack the government computer system and basically use a robot meant for war and turned it into a girl? Nah.
No, go to your room.
You're kind of mixing a few movies together by the sounds of it.
Wow. Turn the Whopper into a girlfriend? I don't think so.
No. You're close, but not quite. You're halfway there.
You notice that question knocked Goofy over.
Just knocked him off his feet.
Yep. Well, he was sitting like that.
All right. So the next category is 1980s music.
That's my jams, man. I grew up in that decade. Okay, I grew up in that decade and the decade before.
Question number 1. What was the first rap song to rank on the top 40 chart? What was the first rap song to rank on the top 40 chart?
I think, believe it or not, I think I know this one. That's kind of scary.
Feel free to throw it out there before someone Googles it and throws it up.
Push it. Push it real good. Get up on this.
Howard says, holy shnikes, I almost went into a ditch on that comment. You gotta stop reading his comments. They're terrible. Only he doesn't say shnikes. Donnie says, I have no idea.
I'm thinking it was Salt and Pepper. And I have to say, I think it's terrible if I'm right that I know that.
Howard says, you're so tricky.
Of course, what helps, if I got that one right, what helped a little bit is having children of that age.
Don says, I don't care. All right.
Well, he's honest.
Alex says, lol. Oh, hush, Howard. And I don't listen to rap at all. So I have absolutely zero idea. Well, let's see here if this will help. Not that. That's an ad. Geez, I can hear a lot of sirens. So if that helps anyone. Let's see here. Run DMC.
So I guess it wasn't Salt and Pepper.
No. Okay,
I
it was
don't
the band is the Sugar Hill Gang.
What was the song?
Rapper's Delight.
Ah,
Let's see here. See if this is. Here we go.
I said hip hop. I hip it to the hip it to the hip hip hop. You don't stop the rock to the bang bang beat. Say up jump the beat to the rhythm of the beat.
that little lady.
That was from the Wedding Singer, where that old lady was
Yes,
actually singing it.
it was. That's so cool when she does that.
Yep. So, yeah, it was Rapper's Delight. It was the first rap song to get into the top 40.
And now a lot of them are there.
Yes. But that's it for rap questions in the music.
I do have to say, what I forget the guy's name, but the guy that mixes a lot of songs together. I love listening to that stuff.
Okay, question number 2. What is the name of Def Leppard's 1987 album that became one of the best-selling rock albums of all time? What is the name of the Def Leppard's 1987 album that became one of the best-selling rock albums of all time?
Too loud, man. Too loud. Not that I might know that one.
That's a yes. Yes, Alec, that is a bad joke.
Very bad.
We actually have a candy bar here in Canada called Big Turk, which is basically Turkish Delight.
Especially unless he was trying to prove that he could do a really flop of a joke.
Yes, I think he was trying to. Don says Pyromania. Donnie says Hysteria. Gordon says Hysteria. Howard says Aw.
I think it's Pyromania.
I'm looking for the album name.
You mean it wasn't Turkish Delight?
No. Yes, basically, if you don't know, Alec, Turkish Delight is basically a chewy licorice cover, like red licorice covered in chocolate.
It's kind of good.
Yeah. Like I said, we have in Canada, we have the candy bar, which is Big Turk.
Yeah. Howard says not so deaf, and I used to, whenever Def Leppard would come on, and somebody would mention its name, I'd be like, Blind Panther, what is this? Word association?
Although to Howard's earlier comment there of Run DMC made me think of the Run DMC slash was it Guns N' Roses?
No, it was Aerosmith.
Oh, sorry, yes, Aerosmith
That
crossover song "Walk This Way."
That song. I watched a video on that. I think it was what is his name? I forget the guy's name, but he does music video stuff all the time. And he said that actually saved not Def Leppard, Aerosmith's career, because Aerosmith was in the toilet at the time.
Yeah. It was a great music video too.
Oh, it is. I love that.
Yeah. And there's technically, I believe there's 2 versions of the song.
I think there's one for each group.
Yeah. All right. So
Oops, wrong side.
the answer is Hysteria.
I was wrong.
Yes.
Shame on me. Maybe I lied. Maybe I really wasn't there.
Well, maybe. All right. Question number 3. Here I Go Again is a song by what British rock band? Here I Go Again is a song by what British rock band?
Crap, I'm sitting here listening. I've got the song running in my head now.
Here I go again on my own, walking down the only road I've ever known, like a drifter on. Anyway, yep. Donnie says Pyromania was released in 1983.
So was I. That's when I got out of high school.
Gordon says Def Leppard. Donnie says White Snake. Alex says Here I Go Again on My Own. Don's like, damn you to hell. Do you need to buffer there, Don? Is he beating you at getting the answers here or what?
Well, he was fighting with Donnie earlier too.
Let's see. Gordon says Led Zeppelin. Alex says I know the song, but I honestly never pay attention to the artist. Donnie
Formerly
says
known
Walking
as
Down
Prince.
the Only Road I'll Ever Know. Yep. Don says Zepp was done by 79. They officially broke up in 1980, I believe, because that was one of the pieces of trivia I thought about bringing in here.
Well, now you screwed it up. You let it out already.
Yeah.
You can't ask that question now.
Hysteria. Okay. Bongo died. Bonzo died.
Bonzo.
Yes, so the answer is White Snake was the name of the band. But yeah, I mean, it's one of those songs, like, it's kind of catchy. And you heard it a lot in that era.
Yep.
I mean, into the 90s. I mean, heck, I still listen to oldie stations, which now includes the 90s.
Yep.
You know, so 80s, 90s, and whatever, I think they say now. Don says, In Through the Outdoor was the last. Is that the cab area you're working on now?
Yeah, I believe this is the cab, the front of the start of the cab. Oh
So
no, actually, this
where the engine cab actually.
Yeah, this is the start of this. The chassis actually.
Oh, okay. Exactly. Donnie says, oldies. This ain't oldies music. I remember this music. Exactly.
Then I put it on the wrong side. What a dork.
You dorcas.
You
dorcas more lorcas. All right. Next question. Oh, I like this question. Okay. Question number 4. According to the hit 1981 song by Tommy Two-Tone, if you dial 8675309, who will you will reach a woman with what first name?
Gloria. Wait,
according to the hit 1981 song by Tommy Two-Tone, if you dial 8675309, you will reach a woman with what first name?
8675309.
867. And actually, where I used to live before I moved to the city here, that was a number just outside of our area, and it was you could call that number.
So
somebody owned it, and they had an answering machine that's set up that would not receive messages, just play an outgoing message of the clip of that song.
Well, there were other instances where that number forced people, or that song forced people to get new phone numbers.
I can believe that. See here. Dawn says Jenny. Donnie says Jenny. Dawn says,
Jenny,
aha.
I've got your number.
Donnie says, I let you have one, Dawn. Alex says, Jenny, squawk. Gordon says, Chicken Ranch.
No, wait, it shouldn't be Jenny Squawk. It should be Jenny Craig.
I like that episode of Family Guy when Stewie and Brian are out on a road trip or whatever, and Brian's all drunk and the car has been towed or stolen or something, and they need to phone home, and so Brian's passed out on the bed, and then Stewie's like, okay, I'll phone home. So he's like 8675309. Damn you, Tommy Two-Tone.
But of course, this is where having this piece being two pieces could be a pain in my tuchus.
So yes, the answer is Jenny.
We're here to believe you, or not.
Howard says some guy with the name Hawina. I want to say that number's been used in a few movies as well.
Yeah. You know, it's odd. I still remember a number from back in those days. Our home phone was 376-3671.
Yeah.
That's a number you never forget.
No, I mean, yeah, like your phone numbers from when you were growing up. Yeah, you usually tend to remember them. Well, nowadays, you can't remember freaking anybody's phone number. It's just stored in your phone, and you just click their name.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying because the actual number 376-3671, it's easy number to remember forever.
Yeah.
Just like a friend of mine, his number was 344-7274. Whole lot of fours in that number.
555-1212 was also used, which was information, but I remember it was used in the Ghostbusters song by Ray Parker. It was on the billboard, and they used that number, 555-1212.
I think I'm going to have to skip that piece because I does not see it.
All right, we'll move on to the final question. In 1980s music, which song by Tony Basil became a huge cheerleading anthem in 1982? Which song by Tony Basil became a huge cheerleading anthem in 1982?
Is it bad when you said her name, I knew what the song was?
Donnie comes out with Swinging with Mickey.
Oh, Mickey, you're so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. You take me by the heart when you take me by the hand. And Alex is like, that was a song.
Look it up. Check it out on YouTube. Dawn says, hey, Mickey. And Donnie says, or was it Mickey Mickey?
It was not
Howard's
Mickey
giving out
Mickey.
phone numbers.
For a good time, call Mickey. Actually building the engine right now. And unfortunately, like I said, can't find one of the cover pieces.
Gordon says, hey, Mickey.
So it's going to have a hole in the top of my engine.
That could cause a compression problem.
Yes. See, right there. Got a hole in the engine. This is what it's supposed to look like.
So yes, the answer is just Mickey is the name of the song. But yeah, like hey Mickey or anything like that, I would accept. Because it's said in there so often. Hey Mickey. Oh, Steven's heading to bed. He says, night guys, see you tomorrow.
Good night, Steven.
Take care, Steven.
Oh, this is going to start to get irritating. I'm going to start getting irritated at these Mould King peoples.
What are you looking for?
Ah, this one. Found it.
There we go.
Just because this will make Donnie happy because I'm separating pieces. I'm putting them together by size and shape and color. That'll make Donnie happy. On the off chance I come across that missing piece.
And Gordon says, and now she's 82.
Good God, man.
Here's just a short little clip of that song, probably more for the benefit of Alec.
The Alec. The Alec.
Nope, that's not it. I really got to switch back to my other YouTube. There we go. Night, Dawn. Or Donnie.
Good night, Donnie. Oh, Mickey, you're so fun. And actually, I believe that song was about Mickey Mouse. I think it was.
All right. Howard says, the alien. All right, we're going to move on to the next category.
Cool.
Which is 1980s pop culture.
Roller rinks and stuff like that.
Yeah, we'll see here. Question number 1. What game, meaning to build in Swahili, was created by British game designer Leslie Scott in the 1980s? What game, meaning to build in Swahili, was created by British game designer Leslie Scott in the 1980s?
It was that one game. You remember that one game?
Oh, I remember lots of games. So it has a Swahili name. which means to build.
Mousetrap. No.
Howard says, spin the bottle, kiss the girl. No,
Yeah, I don't think so.
that sounds English, not Swahili.
Smell my-
Howard says, smell my finger?
Maybe it was spin the girl, kiss the bottle.
Well, it could be. Don says mango. At least we have an actual guess now. Let's see here. Alex says Jenga. Alex says Tetris.
Gordon said Jenga. Is it Mancala? That just popped into my head.
Don says autocorrect sucks. So what did you actually mean, Don? Howard says bend over.
That piece will not really matter that much.
No. Bend over, Howard. No, that's the cousin of Philip McCrevis.
Sounds Irish. Borg sounds Swedish.
So the answer is Jenga.
Ah.
Yep, Jenga. Howard says, yep, time for bed. Jody's here.
Hi, Jody. Welcome.
He's like, Ninjaga. Ninjaga. Is that where you karate chop the whole tower?
Hi,
In a small fall?
No, that's when the Lego minifigs were playing it. Ninjago.
No, he said Jenga.
I know that.
Hiya.
I've been suspicious.
Oh, he says, I've been here most of the time, but you haven't been answering the questions.
Oh, he's been hiding in the background.
Mm-hmm. You've been slaving away, have you? In the background?
Ah. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, there's your problem. Wasn't your problem, actually. It was mine.
Oh. Jody says, I was laying down.
Ah.
Were you laying down over there?
Over there.
Howard says, by the way, they made a orange cat to go with tuxedo cat now. I think he means an orange cat to go with tuxedo cat now.
Tuxedo Cat?
I don't know who Tuxedo Cat is.
I don't either. I'm confused.
I mean, we have Waving Cat on Buck's desk.
Hi. My cat, he's a waving.
Howard says, Jody is pulling a me what I did on Saturday. I woke up to hear Andrew and Ken talking about me and went back to sleep.
Hmm.
All right, next question under pop culture from the 80s, the 1980s. Be specific. Okay, question number 2. Babyland General Hospital was the birthplace of what line of collectible dolls that was a huge hit in the 1980s and included an individual birth certificate for each doll? Babyland General Hospital was the birthplace of what line of collectible dolls that was a huge hit in the 1980s and included an individual birth certificate for each doll?
That's right. We had one.
Howard says Buck it's Tuxedo Cat Lego. Okay. The black and white cat. Mary said he wasn't sleeping. I put him on timeout. LOL. Was he being a little too rambunctious in the house, running around with the scissors in his hand, and he knows he shouldn't be?
We had one of those babies.
Gordon says Cabbage Patch.
That's what I was going to say.
Dawn says Cabbage Patch.
We had one that was right about the time that Right Said Fred was almost popular. And so we named him Fred.
Too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my shirt. So sexy it hurts. Yeah.
I'm a model. You know what I mean?
Howard says Krabby Patch. In Dawn's case.
Funny thing was,
Alex says Cabbage Patch. There's
funny
another
thing
word
was-
to that, Alec. What is it? Just Alec, everyone. Cabbage Patch what?
it's kind of funny that when I first started singing karaoke, it was because I knew the guy who did the karaoke, and I showed up just to support him, and he put me in for a song and made me sing. And guess
It was
what
I'm
song
Too Sexy?
he made me sing? I'm Too Sexy. From then on, I chose my own songs and put them in.
Gordon says doll, and Alec got it right. He said kids. Technically, Cabbage Patch Kids. Yeah.
Cabbage
Patch
Patch Moose.
Yep. So yes, the answer was Cabbage Patch Kids.
Jeez. I remember those.
Yep, came with birth certificate and everything.
And if you still have your Cabbage Patch Kid from the 80s, it's worth a couple ducats.
Is it really?
Yes. Cabbage Patch Kids, Cabbage Patch, certain ones are worth a ton of money.
But you have to have the original packaging?
Not positive about that.
Okay. Obviously has to be in good condition, obviously.
Yep. Every now and then we see one that looks like the one we had, and we're like, it's Fred. We miss Fred. Fred was cool.
Howard says Gordon gets a timeout for answering when it was supposed to be Alec. Dawn says, damn right.
I'm too sexy for my cat. Too sexy,
Sexy
for my cat.
Poor pussy cat.
He's going to leave me.
Question number 3. Prague-born Jan Hammer composed the music for what 1980s TV series that starred Don Johnson and Philip Michael Thomas as detectives in Florida? Prague-born Jan Hammer composed the music for what 1980s TV series that starred Don Johnson and Philip Michael Thomas as detectives in Florida?
It was those guys from Florida. I remember them well.
The Florida guys. CSI Miami.
Exactly.
Don says Miami Vice. Gordon says Miami Vice.
Alex says, sorry, very, very poorly done, parrot. I'm curious what Jody did to get put in timeout.
Alex says Miami Vice. Squawk. Jody says Magnum Vice. Maybe they just had the stream in the background while they were just laying there whispering sweet nothings to each other. You never know.
This is true. What are you saying? Nothing.
I'm just going to leave it at that. You let your imagination wander as it may.
They were whispering nothing sweet in each other's ear.
Howard said, not so bad, Miami Vice. That was a question that starts you off trying to think, okay, Prague-born, Jan Hammer composed the music for, and you're like, who the hell is that? Like, and then the question just gets to the point of, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about now. When it's the 1980s TV series starring Don Johnson and Philip Michael Thomas.
Don Johnson even came out with a CD. I'm one of the 14 people, that bought it. It broke. It fell off and broke.
Although close to what Jody said being Magnum Vice was Magnum Force, which is a really good Clint Eastwood movie, Dirty Harry.
Yes, I remember that movie.
I used to have all the Miami Vice. I probably still have all the Dirty Harry movies on Blu-ray.
I still do.
I like
a true fan never gets rid of them. You're not a true fan.
Do you remember Jim Carrey singing "Welcome to the Jungle"?
I do not. Was he in one of them?
He was. Jim Carrey was in one of them.
Oh man, why?
And he was singing "Welcome to the Jungle," like he was lip singing it as if he was the actual singer. Doing this as they were filming a music video.
I think I remember that actually.
Yep. Yeah, Magnum Force, had the crooked cops, the bike cops. They all use Magnums.
Yep.
Alex says, honestly, Ken, I almost got the Cabbage Patch Kids question wrong. I was mixing it up with Sour Patch Kids.
What about the Garbage Pail Kids? Don't forget the Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah, there's the Garbage Pail Kids. Jody says, Dirty Harry is a good one. Yes. Now you got to ask yourself, did I in all the excitement, did I fire 5 shots? Or did I fire 6 shots or only 5? So, do you feel
all the
lucky,
excitement?
punk?
I forgot myself.
Yeah. Do you feel lucky, punk? Do you think the character actually didn't know? I think he did.
I'm positive he did. Otherwise, he wouldn't have shot it in the air.
Well, then don't forget he also does it again at the end.
He does. And that time the guy tried to take him out and died.
Yeah. And he ended up becoming an actor on Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Oh, the guy that got shot?
Yep.
I was like, Clint Eastwood was never on Deep
Garrick,
Space Nine.
I think. Garrick was the
did he?
Taylor on Deep Space Nine.
Yep.
Cardassian Taylor. That's the same actor. Don says he has them on digital. He said David Soul was one of them.
Yep. Remember that was back when he was a singer.
Jerry says, no, Ken, that's Dirty Harry. I said Dirty Harry. Look at the spelling.
Dirty Harry.
All right. Next question. Question number 4. What American TV show from the 70s and 80s still holds the record for the most watched final ever episode with more than 100 million households tuning in.
Pretty sure I know that one.
What American TV show from the 1970s and 80s still holds the record for the most watched finale or final episode ever with more than 100 million households tuning in?
Pretty sure. Was going to say, pretty sure everybody knows this, but Jody Howard came with the wrong answer.
Yeah, Howard says Dallas. Jody says Smash. Don says MASH.
Really, really sad what they did to the main character in that last episode. That, what was it, hour and a half long, 30-minute episode? I believe it was an hour and a half long.
Yes, apparently there was water shortages during commercial breaks because so many people went up and, ran to the bathroom and then, quickly flushed the toilets and went back to the TV. But, due to the fact that so many people were doing it, it caused water shortages at those moments.
I can believe it. Screw you guys, I'm going home, okay?
I'm going home. Okay, I'm home. I'll do something. Alex says, I don't remember the name of it, but it was one that is of American POWs in World War II.
No, it was not Hogan's Heroes. No way, no how.
No, it was not Hogan's Heroes. That was a comedy. This was more of a little bit of a comedy, but more of a drama as well.
It was its own thing.
It was.
And
the answer is MASH.
MASH, yes.
Medical Army Surgical Hospital, which
and I
took
believe
place
the
during
name
the Korean War, and the show ran for longer than the Korean War actually ran for.
Yep. And I believe the episode's name was So Long, Farewell, and Goodbye.
Howard says, I still say Dallas. Gordon said, yep, the 407th MASH. That's correct.
Yeah. Damn it. There's another series I'm going to have to go watch again.
And then they had the spin-off series of After MASH.
Never saw it.
Yeah. I think I saw one episode.
Yeah.
It didn't do as well, obviously.
And MASH had some of the most intense surprise moments on all of TV. I think, and in my opinion, to this day.
The chicken?
Well, the chicken too, in that episode, but I think it was the 3rd or 4th season when, what the hell was his name?
Klinger?
No. McLean Stevenson. He wanted to go and pursue other things because he figured he could do better than MASH.
Mm-hmm.
And when it was the first episode of, I think it was season 3, it was either season 3 or season 4, where at the end of the show, Gary Berghoff was also the only person on the crew that knew this was going to happen, and he didn't like it. He comes in and he reads the message that Henry Blake had, his plane had been shot down over Japan, and there were no survivors.
Over the Sea of Japan.
Over the Sea of Japan, and there were no survivors. And the cast did not know that was going to happen until he read that.
Yep. I mean, because otherwise there would have been a possibility of him coming back, but they said, nope, he's not coming back.
Yep. And his career did not do what he expected it to do.
No.
He figured he would do really well.
Ellen Alda did well.
Yeah, well, Alan Alda ran that show.
Yeah. So Jody says, my brother loves MASH. He says, I was never a fan. Don says, got it on digital too. Howard says, well, I guess I got to go watch Parks and Rec. Don said, yeah, they killed him off. Klinger or Radar. Yeah, Klinger. They're always in the dresses and trying to get out as a Section 8 or whatever.
So we're going to start bag 2, but we're probably not going to finish bag 2. Bag 2. Bag 2.
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. I see that movie.
All right, final question in pop culture, 1980s pop culture. What year was the Game Boy, Nintendo's handheld console, first released? What year was the Game Boy, Nintendo's handheld console, first released?
$1985. Just a
85?
yeah, shot in the dark.
Yeah. Gordon says 82. Jody says 89. Howard says 84.
We're all over the board. Nobody knows.
Alex, stop Googling. Alex says, wasn't there an old World War II TV show movie about a pink submarine where it jumped? Pink submarine where they had to fire the undergarments of the women on board to avoid friendly depth charges?
Yes, there was. What was the name of the movie, Alec? No Googling. I know it. It was Operation. Yeah, he doesn't know.
Alex said 1980s. LOL.
Operation Petticoat.
Howard says, well, I bought it when it came out. It was $99. Yeah, so the year was 1989. Jody was correct.
Yay! And $99, that's a lot of money.
Back then, yeah.
No, still, think about it. 99 of me?
Alex said, I only saw a short of that one scene on Facebook.
Doesn't matter. You should have went and found the movie. You only know that one thing about it. Why would you bring it up? Why, Alec? Why? Why? Ask why. Sorry, lost my mind. Have you seen it?
Why ask why? Bud Dry?
Don't do it, man. Don't get me to sing because people hate it when I sing. That's what I hear.
What were you thinking of singing? Like The Hills Are Alive with The Sound of Music?
No, I was. You asked why, and I was like, "How dry I am," which that was actually featured in a Twilight Zone episode.
Mm-hmm. Curiouser and curiouser.
Well, it was a very interesting episode because the guy was a washed-up gunfighter.
All right, let's move on to that final category.
Final Jeopardy.
1980s history. 1980s history. So yes, if you haven't figured it out already, all of tonight's trivia was 1980s.
I knew that, but Ken told me.
Yes, I did. I just figured, let's have a theme. Let's do all 1980s stuff. All right, question number 1. A 30-kilometer wide zone of alienation around the ghost town of Pripyat was created after the April 1986 disaster at what highly radioactive site? A 30-kilometer wide zone of alienation around the ghost town of Pripyat was created after the April 1986 disaster at what highly radioactive site?
One of the most radioactive places on the planet.
Don says he means Chernobyl. Alex says Chernobyl. Jody says Chernobyl.
Buck says Chernobyl. It was a comedy of, well, not really a comedy, but it was a whole bunch of, I'd like to say errors, but they weren't errors. They were just plain fuck-ups.
Gordon says Chernobyl. Alex says In's ass. I'm going to bed. Are you really? Well, have a good night there, Howard. Thanks for coming. Alex says good show on Hulu. Just go to bed and keep listening to this. Feel free to chime in while you're in bed.
Yes.
Hell, I'm in bed.
We're entertaining. Trust us. We know that we are.
That's less than half an hour left. So yes, the answer is Chernobyl.
Amazingly bad things happened there.
Yeah. Inexperienced crew running a test they shouldn't have been running.
Yep.
And it's just amazing how some of those firefighters who were expected to go in there and fight it were expected to die within a few months or whatever after going there, lived for years and years.
Yep.
And I think some of them are even still alive. Alex says, was I really the only one who spelled it right? I think you are. No.
Well,
No, yeah, Jody.
It's easy to spell it right when you copy it off of Google.
Well, he got that one pretty quick, though.
Yeah, I know he did.
So did Don. Don was out of the gate with that one. I think his answer was up before I even switched pages back from my document. Oh, there we go. Jody says my phone spelled it right. Sometimes that Google spelling thing helps out.
Oh, there it is.
Don says, who cares? As far as the spelling thing. That's exactly. I knew what people meant.
Spelling does not count.
No, not really. Not here. This is just for fun.
No. Howard, he doesn't get a gold star. He gets a gold alien.
Alex says, I remember watching a documentary about it in middle school off of YouTube. Yeah, I remember seeing it on the news when it was happening.
Yep. Same with 3 Mile Island.
Yeah.
3 Mile Island was not near as bad.
No. Alex says, and I'm not an alien.
I didn't say you're an alien. I said you're getting an alien star. Or a gold alien.
Howard says, the rest of you lived through it. Yes, exactly. Well, kind of. We weren't as affected as like Europe was. And it would never have been found out unless, I think it was it the Swiss? Or was it Sweden or one of those countries detected the radiation clouds blowing their way.
They said, what the hell is that?
Yeah, and then finally, there we go. Don says Sweden. Yeah, and then basically they had to come out and say, okay, we had an incident.
We made a boo-boo.
Yep. But yet they had to keep the other reactors running. Like the neighboring buildings running, like craziness. And Chernobyl is still there.
Yep.
Just that one unit or whatever and whatnot is all building, under, had a building built around it basically. Well, technically it was built off-site and then just moved into place. And then I think they built a building over that. All right, so that was question number 1. Question number 2. What year did the Berlin Wall fall? What year did the Berlin Wall fall?
I was in Europe when that happened.
Jody said the elephant's foot is still there too.
Yeah, they've gone in and covered the elephant's foot up, I believe.
Yeah. The Russians have hit it a few times lately in the new war going on. Just to be asses, I'm sure. Howard says Ann Arbor has a radioactive generator that the U of M had back in the day. Alex says, if I remember correctly, they had to work fast because there was a possibility of a second explosion if they didn't drain the water below the elephant's foot that was melting in the reactor.
Well, the problem was that the elephants, what caused a major portion of the meltdown was the fact that the reactor core got exposed. The water level was too low.
Jody says 84. Alex says 1980s question mark. Howard says, and they said it partly fell in and is leaking again. Okay, well, I don't think you're thinking of the question I just asked. 1986, Howard says, Mr. Miss Garbage Off, tear down that wall. Yes, I'm leaving in my auto speech to text answer.
Would you like me to tell him the real answer?
Well, why don't we ask David Hasselhoff? He was there singing away.
He was.
Feel free to give the answer then.
1989.
1989. Okay. Don says Ronnie Reagan.
My parents had T-shirts that said Ronnie Reagan, the fascist gun in the West. They didn't like him.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Wait, your people are coming over here. Put the wall back up.
I remember watching years ago, like when the wall was still up there, watching the Harlem Globetrotters in Berlin. You know, they did a tour around and showing things, and so
when the wall came down, and we had, after we had the peace talks and everything, and you had to, I was there when we would have the Russian inspectors come over. And it was funny because things they would do was, they measure the size of doors. And so they could go into places that could fit a tank or certain type of equipment into it. One of those places happened to be the commissary, the BX. So they were showing them places that going, hey, look at what we got.
Howard says he's got part of the wall.
Give it back, Howard.
Don says, we don't need no education.
I'm sorry if I educated you.
We don't need no thought control. Yeah, and there he goes. And we don't need no thought control. Yes, so it was 1989.
Yep.
The very end of the 80s. There were no more 80s after that.
No, there weren't.
There will be 80s again, though. It'll be the 2080s.
Mhm.
But I won't be here for that.
You never know.
I doubt it. Hell, I won't see the 2030s at this rate.
You will. You have to. Who's going to do my trivia then?
Well, I'll pre-do up a bunch of trivia.
Ah, okay, cool.
I'll be here in the 2030s. All right. The next question.
We had little Russian cars. I have to say this. We had little Russian cars that we called the Beamer Killers. The Trabants were not very fast. And so,
There we go.
well, I heard, never saw it for myself, but I heard that the ring clearance on the Trabant, you could fit your finger into it.
All right. Next question. Question number 3. What was the name of the ship that ran aground in Alaska's Prince William Sound in 1989, creating a massive oil spill?
Mm-hmm.
What was the name of the ship that ran aground in Alaska's Prince William Sound in 1989, creating a massive oil spill?
Fucking drunk pilot. Oh, sorry. Did I say that out loud? Well, he was.
See here. Jody says, when you were in Germany, did you pinch lots of people or punch lots of people?
No. I know punch people.
Don says Exxon Valdez. Jody says Valdez. Alex says, I'm going to parrot Jody and Don.
I'm going to give my own answer, which is the Exxon Valdez.
And then Alex says squawk. Oh, LOL.
No, it had nothing to do with AOL.
Howard says the good ship Exxon Valdez nuts.
What was funny?
Because of all the Volkswagens.
Yes, I know you're here. Oliver's here saying, pick me up, Dad. Not right now, buddy. What was funny was that my dad was very impressed when people pronounced it correctly after that, because everybody thought it was Valdez initially.
Okay, instead of Valdez.
Yep.
Yeah, I probably would have too.
Crazy Alaskans, they pronounce that word different than most of us would.
Yeah, drunken captain syndrome there.
Yep.
There was also that, wasn't drunk captain that time. There was that one cruise ship that sailed too close to an island and then half sunk, capsized and half sunk.
Wait, was Gilligan in charge?
No.
Oh, okay.
But the captain actually fled the ship before, was one of the first people to leave the ship.
Yeah, wasn't that in Italy?
Yeah. Yes, Don's right. Concordia. Yep. And the captain was like, I'm going to go get help.
Going to get a sandwich.
You bastard. I mean, your ship's already bottomed out on its side. It's not going to go down any further. Like, just fucking stick around.
But I'm scared.
All because you wanted to show off and came too close to the coast there and hit a reef. Howard says, hurry, I'm feeding fast. The whole world is going blacker. Damn cold has sapped my life. And Buck said I pronounced it right.
Stop using lacquer, Howard.
Well, I only have 2 more questions left. So, and it's 1:45, so I don't know how close you are to being done. Are you gonna kind of try and wrap it up around 10
Yeah, and
o'clock or 11 o'clock?
I just I just opened up bag 2. This is all just going to go into something.
Right.
Let's
Well,
see.
I'm going to move on to the next question then, in that case. The next question number 4. What over-the-counter medicine tainted with cyanide took the life of 12-year-old Mary Kellerman in 1982?
I don't mean to laugh, but as soon as you started reading the question, I knew the answer before you got there.
And I know why. What over-the-counter medicine tainted with cyanide took the life of 12-year-old Mary Kellerman in 1982?
Oh, that's what.
Dawn says Tylenol. Jody says Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper. Wouldn't
Alex
you like
says
to
Tylenol.
be a pepper too? Yep.
And I'm assuming you started laughing because of the whole Trump administration saying Tylenol is bad for
Actually,
women.
no.
Oh,
No,
okay.
I kind of chuckled because as soon as I knew the answer before you really read the question. You said what over-the-counter medication was tainted. I'm like, oh, that's that one. Yeah, I remember that.
Yep. Howard said Viagra got stuck in her throat.
No, not Viagra.
I thought you were gonna laugh, kind of laughing because, like, they're saying now like Tylenol is not good for unborn children or whatever, and it's like, well, it really wasn't good for that 12-year-old kid.
Well, Tylenol technically isn't good for human beings. Period. It kills
A lot
your
of
liver.
medication isn't. That's why they have all those list of side effects. May include death.
Except in Nebraska.
Yep. Jody says you need a prescription for that.
Now, I'm sitting here. Oh, this one's not it. Sitting here looking for the part that I need. I thought I was holding it at first.
Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. I can't really whistle.
Oh, there's my problem. There's my problem.
That one goes there. That one goes there.
Well, I kind of jumped the gun. This part's... No, that's not right. Never mind.
Alex said, Buck, it's not in your hand. It's over there.
Maybe. Oh, look. It was over there.
Ta-ta.
Ta-da! Okay, I think I'm going to, because if I don't pick him up soon, Oliver's going to have a conniption.
So time for a puppy cam?
Yes, he's sitting here going, "Arr, arr, arr." He knows I'm on. Come here. Yep. Oh, sorry, buddy. I know. You got that one rib that's still kind of tender. There we go.
What a
There we
cute
go.
puppy.
He's
Hello.
He's like, I want to play with the Legos, Dad. No, over here. Yeah, it's a good boy. Yes, sir.
What
Yes,
kind of
sir.
dog is that?
He's a Bichon Frise.
Okay.
He's not a real breed. He's a mutt.
Yeah. Alex says, "Aw, puppy."
Is that good? Huh? Yeah. That's good. Yeah. He's a good boy. What's funny is he'll come up to my wife or me upstairs, and he basically says, "I want to go under the blanket." My wife has no blanket on her, and he's like, "I want to go under your blanket." That's a good boy. Okay, can I put you down now? Yeah. Okay. Whoop. There you go. And now he's happy. I got on TV. I'm good.
All right. So the final question for tonight in 80s history. I need all three names. Okay. Who assassinated John Lennon in December 1980? Who assassinated John Lennon in December 1980?
I hear Alex fingers typing.
Jody says Elvin, Simon, and Theodore. Don said Mark David Chapman. Alex says I'm copying Jody. Okay,
That
she's
makes
copying
sense.
Don, but hey.
No, he's copying Jody. I like that better.
Alex getting a failing a grade again because he's peeking at somebody's test answers.
Yep.
And we found out because Don told us. Don's like, hey, this guy's cheating off me.
Interesting.
So do you know the answer?
I didn't until Don answered. My mind went immediately to Hinckley, but he's who shot Reagan.
Yes. Yeah. It's like assassins always seem to have all three names.
Yep.
So yes, it is Mark David Chapman.
He was that bad guy who shot that guy. He shot that guy.
Yep. And I can't remember what comedian it was said, and he couldn't, and none of the bullets hit Oko Yono, who was like right beside him.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Jody says, if you ever meet someone who introduces themselves with all three names, stay away from them.
I mean, like Buckman's Model Mania?
Ken's Hobby Bench.
Oh, no.
Although if you introduce themselves with all three of their names and their social security number,
Hey.
Start taking notes at that point.
Yes.
Maybe get a little closer and say, so what else can you tell me? What's your mom's maiden name?
Yeah.
Mr. Talking talks a lot.
So I'm just looking. This should be the front end, I believe. So this should go in here something like maybe this. I don't. Yeah. No, I think we're going too far there.
Alex says, guess I'm in the clear. My channel name only has 2 words instead of 3.
I don't know. Jacoby's models and gaming. That's 4. But yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. So we're on step 75, or 74 is where we're ending. Step 75 is the next one we have to do. And
bookmark.
Yep. Bookmark. And we're going to start putting together the Kingpin, or not the Kingpin. Yeah, the Kingpin. Fifth wheel.
Well, sorry, Alec, you kind of got left out on the questions tonight because it was all 80s all night.
Oh, wow. So it does actually go. I thought I was going too far forward.
It goes right through as a
in,
full frame.
Yeah, goes right up to there.
Cool.
I'm going to just push that down so that it'll stay in place. But not bad. It's a good start. It's a good little kit. And so far, only missing that one piece.
Yeah.
If I come across it, it's not that hard to pop that out.
Right.
Go ahead and put this back in the bag. Oh, Goofy down.
Don says the saddle tanks are usually below the doors.
Yeah, that makes sense. And I think actually on this one, okay, that would be the saddle tanks. Main tanks back there.
Still below the doors.
Yep.
Let's see here. Jody says, "Is it a semi yet?"
It is a semi.
It's semi finished.
Just for fun, because I can.
I'm going to open all the other bags and dump them in a big pile.
I am. No. I'm going to open the tires and pull one out.
Alex says, "So Buck, I'll be on time for Friday's main this week. So my Saturday and Friday this week apparently was switched." Alex says it's a semi-completed semi.
I do like the fact that you can see this is how they came.
Yep.
Tires. And it's just a matter of pushing it over that little bit.
Cool.
And then the tire. I'm really impressed with this one. I'm very happy I bought this. But that's all we're going to do tonight. We're an hour and 58 minutes and 7 seconds. So all we're going to do tonight, I really am enjoying the way this is going together. And it to be honest, it's a lot easier than the Chiron has been because there are some technique pieces on this, but you can tell the Chinese knockoff versus the Chinese main company kit. The pins go in a lot easier.
Don says, "Good
Aw.
stream. It almost fun."
Oh, thanks, Don. Remind me to kick.
We aim to please or please to aim. Either one.
Well, I was going to say, remind me to kick you in the nuts next time I see you too. I forgot. This goes on here like this. I forgot I built that.
Alex says, "Good stream, guys."
Let me see. Just kind of semi-attach that. Semi-attach. Yeah. So that is about where we're at. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. And Ken, thank you very much for doing trivia. It makes the stream a lot better, I believe.
Well, thank you.
Also answered your question, DMs this morning after I got to work. Okay. Like I said, thank you for stopping by. Really appreciate you coming by. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Be notified of any time I post new content. Take a look at my channel. You'll see that there are some currently they're members only. They're flipping over to public within the next month. I'm now posting. When I post my videos, I post everything and then release them every other day. Unless you're a member, then you can level 2 member. You can get them right away. I have to give myself a plug there. Shameless plug. Sorry. But yeah. Oh yeah. Don't let me forget. I will play the correct outro that shows it. But tomorrow will be Woody Wednesday. Thursday will be Jordan working on Millennium Falcon. Not positive. Then Friday we have our regular mainstream. Saturday, we will have Jody, followed by Andrew, possibly followed by Jody again. Sunday, we will have our regular stream again, group stream in the afternoon, followed by Donnie on Monday working on the Orville. Then Tuesday, it will be Keith working on the Willy Wonka, and I'll be back on this next week. Just to hazard a guess, this is probably going to be about 4 weeks to build. 4 weeks to build, 1 day to build if I build it, not on stream. With that, I am going to say, Ken, you got anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Yes, I did.
Mm.
So take care of each other. It's having a stroke. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a great day. Have a great day tomorrow. Why do I always say great day? Have a great evening. Have a great day tomorrow. And I will see you, or we will see you on the next video, stream, or what have you. Have a great evening.
Yeah.